Hi everyone, welcome back to Healthy with Nicole. In today's video, I wanted to talk about thyroid health and how it might affect your gut health. So one of the driving factors to inflammatory bowel diseases is poor digestion. And this might be from reduced, digestive fluids, reduced enzymes, hydrochloric acid, things like that. And what we have found is that the thyroid is actually hugely important in so many functions of the body, but also in digestion. So there is a direct connection between having poor thyroid function and an increased incidence of SIBO, which is a precursor and a lot of times overlooked cause of inflammatory bowel diseases such as ulcerative colitis. And I think it's really interesting that we don't even look at thyroid ever when we're talking about gut health, right? We think of them as two completely separate things, but obviously the body doesn't work that way. And everything really is connected, but especially this idea of gut health that's ruled a lot by your thyroid. So the thyroid also will detoxify things from the body, estrogens, toxins. It's really the master gland for keeping your body healthy, clean, metabolism flowing, and all the things that need to happen in digestion. So when we are having a low thyroid situation or hypothyroidism, that can reduce your digestive fluids, which can make it difficult to digest foods, and therefore you're having larger particles of food going in through the gut and into the small intestine where they sit, and they are moving too slowly. Constipation can add to that, which happens during a low thyroid situation. So there's all these things that can happen as a result of low thyroid with regards to the gut. The problem is that hypothyroidism is extremely common, and so is Hashimoto's, which is the autoimmune function, the autoimmune disease that causes hypothyroidism in many cases, which is also caused by gut health issues. So again, another double-edged sword. But what we do know is that if you can improve your thyroid function, you can improve also digestion and elimination, and then lessen your risk of having SIBO and therefore other inflammatory bowel conditions. So how does your thyroid get messed up to begin with? That's a good question. A lot of people want to know, well, what did I do to my thyroid? It's not necessarily what you did, but the thyroid is very sensitive to stressors. So a couple things that can affect your thyroid is restrictive diets. If you've been a yo-yo dieter in the past, you've eaten very, very low calorie diets, your thyroid can take a hit from that. There are some low thyroid functions that have been shown from being too low carb for too long, ketogenic diets, although that's debatable, but we do know that highly restrictive caloric diets do contribute to lower thyroid function. Also, if you take any kind of proton pump inhibitors or antacids, those have been implicated with thyroid dysfunction. Stress in general and can actually increase the reverse T3 and make it difficult for your body to make the T3, which is where we see, that's mostly what your body uses, and that's where we see problems when the T3 is low. And then there's things like, when your thyroid function is low, you have low energy, you're not moving as much, your body is not able to carry out its normal processes of digestion, elimination, and movement, sleep, all the things that are related to your thyroid. And so there is a strong connection there, but I think it's mostly related to just the inability to break down foods from slow thyroid. Another thing that can impair your thyroid function are bromine or bromates, which come from flour products. So if you've spent your life eating a lot of wheat and grain products, a lot of breads, pastas, bagels, things like that, the bromine in the flours is antagonistic to thyroid hormone, so meaning it can block it or impair it. So that can definitely cause problems. So by eliminating those from your diet, some people just need to do that, and they see great improvement in the thyroid function because we're not competing for those hormones. And some people just have, as they age, less functioning thyroid. And so then they see the cascading effects of poor thyroid function on digestion and so many other things. We could talk a long time on thyroid health. But anyway, this is what I wanted to give you today. It was a little information and how the thyroid could be affecting your gut health. And so there's definitely things you can do about it. Definitely diet change, definitely medication, supplements. There's a lot of things and ways to support thyroid function, but it certainly should not be overlooked when we're looking at how are we going to heal our gut, because we know that it's totally connected. So I'd love to hear your thoughts if you've had any experience with thyroid function, whether it's improving from a diet or supplementation or even thyroid hormones, and if you've seen a change in your gut health. Comment below. We'd love to hear from you. And if you like that video, give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.